What's up guys, Larry here, just pulling up to Iron Heavy Gym for a chest and shoulder session. Time is not on our side this morning, so we're gonna get in, make it out hard, and really do the things we need to do to improve. Down to 245.2 if you wanna be technical, but just a pound drop from last week. So again, I'm trying to push to a certain point before my newborn gets here, but I don't know what that point looks like. So we're gonna be a little bit more aggressive on the diet. You know, we're going to try to keep our stress within reason. I'm not gonna say to a minimum, I'm gonna say within reason, enough to where I don't feel beat to shit when I come in here. A couple of changes though. That pound down was from after a high carb day and only a couple hours of sleep. So hopefully things will level out around this week. I have a little bit of a lightened workload on the weekends, seeing that I don't have any early shows. I only have the 10 p.m. I need to produce, so I don't have to worry about work-related things. And then on top of that, you know, the other added stress though is that I'll be moving. So I got that to deal with. So, you know, hopefully things level out. We're gonna push hard on the cardio up to 40 minutes versus 30. Did not do step mill on Monday because my knee just could not take it, but we're gonna start doing cardio on Sunday instead of Monday after legs. So I'll take a walk around the neighborhood, throw the hoodie on. It's gonna get nice and hot here in Omaha. Throw a hoodie on, headphones, just walk around the neighborhood, break a really good sweat, get some fresh air in the process. So with that being said, I'll go through some more of the changes that we're making as the weeks progress. I believe it's 17 weeks now, but we're gonna work really hard, guys. So I thank you for following along. Had a really good podcast interview with Ryan Doris. Hopefully you guys checked that out already. And just really motivating to talk to him and, you know, get that, like he said, energy from like-minded people. So we're just gonna work hard and we're gonna see where the chips fall. All right, let's get to it.
Okay, so here we are starting out with some incline dumbbell bench press, really trying to control the negative on this and make sure that I get a full range of motion. If I could do anything a little bit different, I'd probably say I need to converge the dumbbells a little bit more. But seeing as that I was just trying to get in the groove with this exercise, as it was a lead-off exercise this time, I kind of forego that and just went with a standard press out and not converging. Some of the subsequent sets will be converging, but that's neither here nor there at this point in time. So moving on, you know, we got the incline dumbbell press here again, but with a slightly heavier weight. So I want to get into, there's been a little bit of a debate among people of what a feeder set is, of what a warm-up set is, and what a work set is. So I kind of want to dispel some of those things if I can. So please follow me here for a minute. So when you think of warm-up sets, think of sets that are going to get you neurologically connected to the muscle, right? So those sets, in my opinion, require reps in the double digits. Well, let me rewind. Doesn't necessarily get you neurologically connected to the exercise, but what it does is that it warms up the muscle, the connective tissue, the tendons, all that. It gets it ready for the workload to come, right? It gets everything kind of started up. You know, it's kind of like pouring cold water down a dry mouth, right? You get things moving. So your feeder sets are the ones that are generally low repetition, right? But you do quite a few of them. Think low rep sets, and those are for heavier weights. And those are the ones that are going to get you neurologically connected. Those are the ones that are going to fire up that nervous system and get things ready to go for the workload. Okay. So there's an absolute difference when you really think about it between warm-up sets and feeder sets. You just don't go into a feeder set. Like I don't agree with the thought process that feeder sets and warm-up sets should be in the same nomenclature, but that's just my opinion. And then you get to the work sets, which obviously are self-explanatory. So those are the money sets. Those are the ones that you're going to be expending the most energy on. Your warm-up sets, it's not a ton of energy expended on, little to none actually. You're just really getting into the groove of waking up the muscle and getting them saying, hey, it's time to do that thing we do every morning. And then for your feeder sets, it's like, okay, we getting ready for the thing, like real tough right now. So I need you to get your head in the game. And then your work sets are like, okay, we in the thick of it now. So let's get to pushing. So I know worrying about nomenclature in bodybuilding, hypertrophy training, whatever you want to call it, is kind of majoring in the minors, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff, and from well-established people who absolutely know more than me, based on their physique, which is kind of a faulty indicator, but I digress. There is an absolute difference between feeder sets and warm-up sets. So don't let anybody out here tell you that there is not. All right? Go into the gym and start up your feeder sets immediately and see how your body responds. And, all that shit, in my opinion, it really starts to take a hold of you. You really start to incorporate them when you get older, right? Like, I love bodybuilding. I think it's great. But also at the same time, it's kind of not for guys in their 40s, right? So everyone's going to listen to the young guys do their thing and, kind of follow along that route. But I'm sitting here telling you, I came up in the age of DeMeo, Levrone, Haney, Christian, Eduardo Kawak. Like, there's some definite stuff back there that people now need to listen to. And definitely you want to get your warm-up sets in, and then you want to incorporate your feeder sets, and then you want to really work hard on your warm-up sets. So, yeah, like I said, majoring in the minors as far as nomenclature is really nothing. It's really nothing that you need to concern yourself with about a ton. But just make sure that you know what the difference is. As far as the workout went today, basically it was a chest and shoulder session. I didn't have a chance to put triceps in, but now that I've gone back to training legs twice a week, I'm going to have to push these exercises back in. I'm trying to work in a fifth day, but not too sure of how that's going to work out or what that looks like right now. Right now, I'd probably have to go into work about an hour or so early, maybe 2 hours early. But that depends on if I do have any errands to run or if I just want to spend time with my family and my wife, So those things are absolutely things that I think about when I'm crafting my training split. So in any event, legs are now twice a week. So it's one day, overall leg focus, mainly heavy quads, and some hamstrings. Then Tuesday is off. Wednesday is push. Thursday is pull. And Thursday is legs, and Friday is pull. I don't really have a whole lot of issues with doing pull after legs, seeing that the second leg day is more hamstring and glute focus with an overall focus on the pump and maybe a heavy quad exercise just to kind of top it off, but nothing insane. So there we go. That's the new split. And, we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to keep it moving. And hopefully we got some good things coming. And hopefully you guys join me along for this ride I'm calling the Fat Dad Recomposition Phase. All right, great session today. Well, let's be truthful. It was okay. It's an ebb and a flow to everything.
this week is just kind of the ebb. But in any event, you still got to show up every day if you have a goal in mind, and you have to keep doing what you need to do to improve. So if you looked at the pics, not terribly. I don't look too shitty, and at least in my opinion, from where I was at Ramadan. But there's definitely more room for improvement. We're gonna keep really pushing hard. Probably gonna. I'll be definitely incorporating an extra day of cardio, like I said earlier, and then on top of that, probably bring in fat burners a little bit earlier than expected, drop the pre-workouts, and just go with that. It's probably a lot of stress too. I don't sleep a lot. Unfortunately, I need to, but I'm just not really sleeping a ton, and I'm pretty sure it'll get worse once my newborn gets here. I gotta rectify that. And then just overall, make sure I'm staying on top of my game at work, producing good shows, going home, trying to be a good dad, trying to be a good husband. That's always progress, work, and all that brings stress. So, I probably put a little bit more pressure on myself. Again, the goal is not a show, but I'm working with I have a show mindset. So if it happens, great, but really I'm just trying to be very transparent on, something that'll set me up next year. But the goal is just to really push to be in contest condition by the time the Nebraska State rolls around. So I'm gonna continue to be as transparent as possible about how I'm feeling, how things are going, how the diet is going, which, up my protein a little bit now that I'm bringing the carbs back down and basically bathing in low days. So I'm up from 8 to 9 ounces of protein per meal, with the exception of red meat, because anything over 8 ounces just really messes with my stomach. I'll probably keep that at even 7 just to be able to digest it, because while it tastes great, man, it just kind of, if I have a lot of it, it wreaks havoc on my system. And I'm at that age where digestion is, at any age, digestion is key, but really at 40 something, like you really have to watch it with a lot of the excessive red meat consumption. So that protein is going to be in there still. I haven't added in any fish yet or anything like that, but that will probably come sooner rather than later. Probably orange rough here, some cod. We'll see what white fish is available at Costco when I go, and we'll just keep working. So like and subscribe to the channel, please. I will bring these updates to you weekly. Next session that I'll be doing will be a leg session. We will be at Bob's. Hopefully we'll be down a little bit more in weight, and we'll see what we're working with. But until then, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Please, if you haven't listened to the podcast with Ryan Dorse, I hope it blesses you like it blessed me. And that's all I got. You have a good one.